What's going on, guys? I have another trail cam that I wanted to review. If you guys remember, I did a review on a much cheaper, more affordable trail cam, and now it's time to talk about the big dog, the more expensive one. This is a Bushnell. This is a full HD trail cam. This records in 8 megapixel or video that's true HD 1280 by 720p. This is their trophy cam, and this one's in a digital camo. Quick note is that this one sells for $193.99. I got this at opticsplanet.com, same as the other one. They do have one that's brown that's like $20 cheaper just because of the coloration. I don't think that it has to be camo to really blend in. The first trail cam I did was a foliagey gray color, and that blended in just fine, even on obviously a brown bark tree. Anyway, really awesome trail cam. I'm gonna go over some of the features in here. I'm not gonna go into too much detail on the usage of it. I may do a separate video on how to program it and stuff, but in all honesty, the booklet you get, the instructions, is very straightforward. Gives you all the information you wanna know on how to use it, how to set all your stuff on there. It's a very capable trail cam. What I wanna focus on this video is first just talking about some of the basic functions and what you get with it, as well as the second half of this video. I'm going to show all my footage. I'm going to show the pictures I have and the video I have, different spots, different times of the day, showing the night vision, talking about the sound a little bit. You'll hear the sound quality in the video footage that I show you, all that kind of stuff. So first off, again, this is closer to a $200 trail cam as opposed to 60 something dollars for that other one. And the biggest point that I wanted to make in reviewing both of these and trying both of them out is it really necessary to get a really high quality trail cam? And after using this for months and months on end now, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say that it really depends on your needs and why you're using this trail cam. If you're using it for hunting, or if you're using it just for curiosity of what kind of nature is running around out there, what kind of animals and stuff and nightlife is going on, you don't need a very high quality trail cam. If you're tracking deer and game and stuff like that, you just need to see it's there. I think that this would be a much better option if you're getting a trail cam for security. And I've talked about this a little bit in the first review. If you're buying a trail cam for security purposes, putting it on your property, by buildings, by your home, maybe a garage somewhere, trailers, whatever, maybe it's your hunting spot, that's when you really want the extra detail. That's when you want to see the detail on a license plate. If there's a vehicle driving by, you want to see people's faces properly. That's when I think it's much more important to have the quality this is going to offer. Again, almost 4 times as much as the other one that I reviewed. And is it 4 times better? Absolutely. It's 10 times better in the quality and the images. If you're also using this for nature purposes like photography, if you want to capture some animals that you normally can't get close to, yes, then you may want to spend a little bit more. But again, if you're purely looking at these for hunting purposes and just for tracking game, you don't need to spend a whole lot of money. But anyway, we'll talk about this one. First off, the strap. The strap on the other one, the clasp broke, the connection point. This one works just fine. You get a very long strap. It's probably 3.5, 4 feet long, but works just fine. Clicks on really easy. And of course, you can make simple adjustments by pulling on these extra tags. Sits on the tree just like this. As I mentioned, this one is the camouflage version, but they do have a brown version. This model has 32 LEDs, okay, with a 60-foot range. These are IR or infrared LEDs. This allows this camera to see at night. It is awesome night vision. Much higher quality with those extra LEDs than the other model. Again, you're gonna get a lot more detail, a lot more clarity in your pictures and your video. 60-foot range is a heck of a difference between the other one. Okay, I only noticed in certain spots at night the other camera didn't pick up some movement, or at least didn't shoot what was moving. The sensor on the cheaper version, or the cheaper trail cam, had taken a lot of shots of nothing because something moved, but it was out of its range of picture. Okay, this one captured every single thing that moved in front of it, whether it was small like a little bird or obviously large like a deer. Breaking into this one, if we open it up and look at it, you see that it holds up to 8 AA batteries, but it runs on 4 or more, which is really cool. So you can put a base of 4 in here, and it's still going to turn on for you and obviously work just fine. But if you want more of a runtime on this, or you want this to last longer, you could put 6, 8 batteries, whatever you want, past 4. It needs 4 as a minimum. All right, so I like that. It will last literally longer if you're going to put this out and go a couple months without picking it up or checking on it. To use this trail cam is extremely easy. Again, very, very straightforward directions on this. There's only 3 modes. You click it up once to turn on, to basically put it to setup. If you already have it set up, you can skip that and go right to on if you're changing spots or just changing the cards out or whatever. Once it's on, it's very easy to read the screen. All right, it's very easy to navigate with the arrows, whether you're doing video mode or camera mode. Of course, you could change the settings on the quality picture. If you're going to have a higher quality, whether it's video or pictures, it's going to hold a little bit less on the card. But honestly, you know, with a 32 gigabyte card, and this does hold up to 32 gigabytes, you don't have to worry about that. You're talking thousands and thousands of pictures, or you know, a couple hours worth of footage. And collectively, you know, I don't know how long you would use it out there, but I put these up for weeks at a time. The most I had it up for was 3 weeks straight, and I didn't even come remotely close to filling up the card or running the batteries dead. So these can literally be out in the woods or wherever you want to put them for months on end without having any kind of issues with the batteries dying or the cards filling up with too much information. Another quick note, I had an accidental destruction test while this was open. It fell, hit a rock, okay, the corner of a rock. You can see it dented the screen here, dented the plastic, you know, the case. It didn't affect anything negatively whatsoever. Still takes the same pictures, still takes the same video footage. I can still navigate through the screen just fine. If I turn this on, I'll show you that again. It didn't affect this unit whatsoever, so it is impact resistant on the inside. Of course, it's going to be waterproof. You should have no problem at all with any kind of weather. These are rated for -5 degrees Fahrenheit up to as hot as 140 degrees Fahrenheit. If you live somewhere that's extreme, you're talking about consistent -20-degree weather all year round, you know, or months on end, may not be for you. I don't know if they have ones that are more susceptible to even more extreme weather, but most places it's going to be within that range of -5 to 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Obviously, you can see here's our camera on the front. That's what's peeking through. There is a little bit of a hood here, okay, to protect it from getting wet. Obviously, when there's lots of wind and stuff, you will get a little bit of footage with the wet lens, but honestly, I haven't had too many problems as far as interference with this. Just like the other one, it's super sensitive. The motion detection on this, it'll capture anything that's big all the way down to a mosquito. A mosquito flies in front of it, boom, turns on, starts recording video or snapping pictures. Does have a date stamp and time stamp, as well as temperature and moon phase. You do have that information on each one, so you can, again, date and time is very important. Temperature is very interesting. Again, that's going to have to do with hunting. You know, people are going to be more interested as a hunter with the temperature and possibly moon phase, as opposed to someone using it for security or just for curiosity. But it's a really strong unit. It is a little bit bigger than the other one. Of course, it's more capable than the other one as far as you know, internally what it can do. It does come with these cords. This is a hookup to your TV, so if you want, you can hook this directly up to your television to cycle through the pictures and watch the videos. And it also has a USB cord if you want to put it directly to your computer, as opposed to taking the SD card in and out all the time. So I like that it came with the cords. The cheaper one did not. You know, overall, it's a really, really nice trail cam, and obviously it's preferred over the other one. But again, at almost 4 times the price, is it really necessary? The quality is definitely here, and I think that if you're going to get into using trail cam, like multiple trail cams, you might want to go with something a little bit cheaper. But if you're only investing in 1 or possibly 2, specifically for security purposes, I would probably go with this one. So that's it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed those pictures and videos. I mean, you can see the clarity, you can hear the sound, much different, much more clear. The pictures, they blow up a lot better. You can zoom in them a lot better. The quality is really there. And of course, the price tag will be higher for that quality. So it really just depends on what your personal needs are for a trail cam. But to recap, if you want that extra detail, you do have to spend the extra money. If you're just using it for track and game, not really necessary. I'd probably go with some of the cheaper ones and get multiple cams so you can set them up in multiple locations. One thing I didn't mention before is that there's also a mount on here, just like most of them, for a tripod. Okay, if that tree wasn't that perfect spot, you can always set up a tripod or some kind of mounting system to put this exactly where you wanted it. Again, I got this one from opticsplanet.com. I'm going to put a link in the description box so you can see directly to this one. And again, don't forget to check out that brown one. If you don't care about the coloration, you'll save some money on that. But really awesome website. I might get some more stuff on them in the future. I'm in the market for like maybe a spotting scope for shooting and a couple other things too. So anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. I thank you very much for watching as always. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And I'll see you soon, guys. Take care.